Win a Pageant, episode 66. I created this step-by-step process after training thousands of women across the U.S. to win. Now you can have access to these winning strategies when you join me every Wednesday. Let's win a pageant. Hey girl, welcome to the Win a Pageant podcast. I'm your coach, Alycia Darby. Now you know by now that all pageant women should have a platform, even if it's not required. Now, your platform is really the vehicle that gets you appearances and media coverage. It helps you to stand out from other contestants and to make connections to really grow your network. Plus, it's the way that you are able to leave a legacy during your year. Some pageants do require a platform and even an essay or a platform statement that explains your take on a given topic. Most women who compete in pageants are, of course, very smart and studious, so writing an actual essay is not the difficult part. What's hard about the platform component is actually twofold. First, making your stance different than another girl in the pageant. And secondly, explaining your platform in a very succinct way. Most pageant women get caught up on those two areas. So in this episode, of course, I'm going to teach you how to effectively differentiate yourself from the pack by explaining your platform in a way that is simple, memorable, and powerful. Now, one of the things that I hear all the time from contestants is when they discover that somebody else in the pageant has a platform that's similar to theirs or they're supporting the same cause. I often hear pageant women get worried about that because they think that if someone else is supporting the same cause, it means they have the same platform. Now, the confusion happens because untrained pageant women sometimes say that their platform is, in fact, the cause. So they say something like, my platform is the American Heart Association. Rookie mistake. The American Heart Association is an organization that you support, but that is not your platform. If two women claim that their platform is the American Heart Association, now we're really in trouble because the judges will not be able to distinguish between your work and your platform and what the American Heart Association is already doing successfully. During this episode, I want you to think about a unique stance of what you believe, even if it's tied to an organization. If you go through the steps that I outlined in this episode, not only will you be able to write an outstanding essay that is totally unique and descriptive, but you'll also be able to explain how it's different from others, not just to your judges, but also to the media and potential sponsors. I call this system the Perfect Pageant Platform Outline because it's super simple. It's 100% real, so you're not exaggerating anything, and it will differentiate you from the competition. Now, you'll have to turn on your creative brain for this exercise, but we're going to have some fun. The Perfect Pageant Platform Outline consists of 5 questions, and the answers to each question become the paragraphs of your essay. Depending on the length of your essay or your onstage question or the media spot, wherever you'll be sharing this information, you may combine some of these paragraphs, but you still should have 5 distinct parts in this order. So I'm going to give you all 5 questions and then we'll unpack each one. The first question you'll answer is, what is the problem from your perspective? Secondly, what is your creative solution to this problem? Number 3, what are you currently doing to implement this solution? Number 4, what impact is it having? And number 5, what more will you do when you win? Now, of course, at first glance, this outline does not seem absolutely radical, but if you were careless, you could easily just flash through each of these and come up with some sort of crappy essay that sort of flows in a general direction. But instead, I want you to pay attention to the specifics that I'm about to review with you and the process for how this is going to be unique. The first question, what is the problem from your perspective? Now, the key to this question is from your perspective. The idea here is that you want to bring in your unique insights and your perspective to how you see the problem. Usually your view of a social cause comes from personal experience. So I want you to tap into and be honest about what you are noticing. For example, if the cause that you're supporting is childhood obesity, I want you to be clear about the problem from your perspective. Maybe you're a teacher at a school where the PE classes have been cut. Maybe you're a mom and your child is asking for cookies and fruit roll-ups to take to lunch instead of carrots that you're packing. Maybe you were an obese child yourself because the school lunches weren't nutritious. Whatever your perspective, it's yours, and that is what makes it unique. So talk about the problem from your perspective. The second question we're going to answer is, what is your creative solution to this problem? Now, in this question, you are asked to provide a creative solution. So if you give the same exact solution that the American Heart Association has already given, then that is not bringing any additional value to the cause. They're already doing it. So what do you bring that's unique or different, Plus, your unique perspective is your solution. So it ought to be unique as well. So let's say, for example, that you are competing in the Mrs. America pageant and you have children and you are actively against childhood obesity and you pack your kids carrots. That's your unique perspective. You believe that the problem is that moms don't really know what to pack for their children. So you may say that your creative solution is to teach other moms which healthy snacks they can put into their children's lunches. Whatever you believe is the actual problem from your perspective, your solution should come from that place as well. Maybe you want to lobby to get PE classes back into the schools or create an after-school program that keeps kids active. Whatever it is, you want to make sure that your solution is creative and then offer a specific solution to the specific problem that you mentioned in the first answer. Question number 3 is, what are you currently doing to implement this solution? Now, for this area, you want to share what you've already done to test the solution to the problem. This is where most contestants get lazy. They don't want to actually solve the problem. They just want to be a spokesperson for other people to solve the problem. Well, this paragraph will separate the doers from the dreamers every single time. And if you do not include what you're already doing to implement your solution to the problem, then you will see a big difference in, even if you perform everything else, even if you have a really, truly spectacular interview, if you are not a doer, it's going to be hard to seal that title. Now, let me encourage you, if you have not taken action yet, you've got to go for it. I am certain that you have a really great idea of what you can do to make a lasting impact. So go for it. Just go do it. Start that after-school program. Make a list of healthy foods. Give it out in your children's classroom. Whatever it is you need to do, take action. Then you'll have tons to talk about in this paragraph. And that leads me to question number 4, which is, what is the impact that your active solution is having on the problem? This is a logical follow-up question. My clients are always surprised when they take massive action and gain massive results. I don't know why they're so surprised, because it makes total sense that when you take action, you will receive results. But it's just fun to hear their excitement when something really takes off. But that is how it works. When you find a solution and then implement it, you will attract the people who have the same exact problem that you've noticed, and they are going to be so grateful for you and for your solution. You may help hundreds of teens lose weight by creating a teen-friendly food analyzing app or something, You might be getting the attention of local legislators who passed a new law banning junk food in the high school vending machines or something. Wonderful things will happen when you truly take action. So expect something awesome and then write about it in this paragraph. The final section of this outline is question number 5, and that is, what more will you do when you win? This is the section that you explain your greater vision. Describe how you'll be able to grow this initiative when you receive the title. Don't be vague with something like, oh, I'm going to speak to the schools or raise awareness to a wider audience. Everybody says that, so it's not unique. I want you to be specific and think big. Maybe you'll be able to partner with the National Platform Organization to bring your healthy snacks into schools nationwide. Or maybe you will be able to get the attention of more government officials and promote your program to a new market. Okay, you get the idea. We want to think about this on a wider scale, but I don't want you to limit yourself by just saying, I'm going to work on a wider scale or I'm going to have a wider audience. I want you to get really specific about how will this really show up. Every pageant woman should have the answers to these 5 questions. This will help you to not only nail your interview, but you're going to just impress the media. You're going to be able to convey your message very clearly to sponsors and, of course, differentiate yourself to your pageant judges. And that, my dear, is how you win a pageant. For more pageant training to help you win, visit winapageant.com. And I'll see you next Win a Pageant Wednesday.